In this live session, Cliff Landesman will be teaching us how to make a charming floating duck. This is a model that he created. This demonstration is being recorded for later viewing. Thank you, Cliff, for sharing your floating duck with us. This is Leyla Torres of OrigamiSpirit.com.
The model that we're going to fold today is, I call it a floating duck. This is sort of the water that it's floating on. It also, if you put it on water, it floats. And this duck uses all 7 of the basic folds. So it uses all of the words in our origami language. So you can start with any size paper. I'm going to use a 6-inch square of paper. It works well with 6-inch. And start with the white side up. And we're going to do a almost complete blends fold, but we're not going to do one corner. So we're going to start by folding the paper in half to make, fold it in half diagonally to make a triangle. So that will be our first step. And I don't have an overhead camera, so I'm going to fold in my table and then I'll show you what I folded. This model's fairly tolerant of being a little bit off. So you have your first triangle now. Unfold, turn your paper, and fold the other 2 corners together to make your other diagonal fold. Then unfold, and now we're going to bring 3 corners to the center point. So first I'm going to bring this corner to the center point. There's one corner. Now I'm going to bring another. Now we have a crease that it goes up and down in the middle of the paper. And we're going to make a valley fold along that crease. Let's fold this corner down to its opposite corner down here. So now we've folded that corner down. The folds that we made earlier, the blends folds, they were all valley folds. And this is another valley fold. But now let's unfold it. And we're going to do our first reverse fold. So we're going to open the paper up in the corner, and we're going to push down on this corner here. And when I push this down, I'm able to do what is called an inside reverse fold. So I took this corner and I pushed it down like this, and I reversed one of the creases. It's a parallelogram.
Yeah, I'm just doing mine. I put my camera so that we have double camera here. And I repeat, I'm going to repeat what you're doing. You basically folded the upper left corner down and then created a diagonal fold like so. Then we have a parallelogram. You unfold it, insert your finger here and press from the top. And then we do the inside reverse fold, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the reasons it's called a reverse fold is that when you make this crease, on this side you have a mountain fold, but you want to have a mountain fold on the other side, and you have a valley fold. So you reverse it from a valley fold to a mountain fold when you do the inside reverse fold. So, okay, now we're just going to reinforce this vertical crease here. We're going to bring this corner here at the bottom over to the left side and crease, and then bring it back. And do the same on the other side. Bring this corner over to this point, crease, and bring the point back. So now you can, we can separate these 2 points to make a nice triangle on the end. And we have this long extension coming out. So yes, Leyla's showing it in the right way. And what we're going to do, so you should have the paper like this. what we're going to do is we're going to take this point and we're going to bring it down. This is going to be our squash fold. So we're going to squash this fold. We're going to hold these. You can hold these on the table, on your flat surface, and open this up here and squash it down like this. It will form a square. And if you turn it over to the other side, you'll see a landmark. You want to line up this line so it meets this other line to form a nice symmetrical square. And when you do it, the paper should look like that. Yep. That's the squash fold. That's what the other side looks like. Now we're going to do a petal fold. Turn your model over so you see the full flat side. And we're going to take this bottom edge along here and fold it to the middle line. Hold on, I just want to make sure I'm right about this. Yeah. We're going to take this bottom edge, fold it to the middle line, do the same thing on the other side, and you'll make a little, I don't know what to call, maybe it should not be called a kite shape, but I'll show you what it looks like. Here's one side folded in.
Okay.
Now I'm going to fold in the other side. And here's the other side folded in. Yes.
Yeah, so we brought the raw edge to the vertical center.
Yes, right. The raw edge to the middle up and down line. Okay, now we're going to undo the flaps that we just folded. We're going to fold the paper up. And as we fold it up, we're going to reverse these creases that we just made so that this edge comes in like that. And do the same on the other side, reversing the other crease. So when you're done, the figure looks like that. And you have your petal fold.
Okay, so we have this diamond. This is like acting like a hinge.
Yes.
So we bring it up. Yes. And then the folds that we see on the white side are mountain folds. We want to turn them into valley folds, reverse them. So very carefully. So
the two hardest of the basic folds are the petal fold and the sink. So when you're finished with this step, you will have accomplished what I think of as the second hardest fold in origami, the petal fold. Now take this top point and bring it down. And after you bring it down, fold along the vertical crease, along this up and down middle line, from one side to the other.
Okay, so we're imparting like a valley fold here, right?
Yeah. So your model should look like this. Now turn the model upside down like this. Rotate it till it's upside down like this. And now bring your 2 points back together. So then your model should look like this. You're going to start to see the shape of the duck emerge. Two wings here. These are the two wings. This is the neck and head. And this is going to be the bottom of the duck. Super. Okay, notice you have a crease that goes from the front of the duck, tip of the breast of the duck, down to here. There's a faint crease there that we made once before, I think.
Right.
Let's fold this bottom point up to the intersection of this line and the vertical line. So there's a lot of paper there. I have to put mine on the table to do that. And when you do it, it looks like this. And now make a firm crease along the bottom. You've got a lot of paper there. Make a firm crease along the bottom and unfold.
Okay.
Okay, so everyone should feel very good for having achieved the second hardest fold, which is the petal fold. But now you're going to climb to the top of Mount Everest with a sink fold. And this is called an open sink. There are different kinds of sinks. So now what we're going to do is we're going to open the paper all the way out until we see those near blend folds like this. And we're actually going to work with this side of the paper. So this is what the paper looks like on this side. This is the other side, but we're going to view it from this side. Notice that there's a square in the center. There's a nice square. I want you to make mountain folds. I want you to reinforce the creases that make that square with mountain folds. Leyla's demonstrating. So I have to go off camera for this. And I'm pinching it all the way up to the corner on all four sides. I've got two of my sides reinforced. Okay, so that's what the paper looks like when you've reinforced those creases. So we have these diagonal lines. What I do is I pinch the paper along one of the diagonals. I don't think it matters. I pinch the paper. I work my fingers to the corners. And what we have is a flat tabletop. Looks like a tabletop. So you're holding your paper kind of like this. You've got this tabletop, and I want you to press your finger in the center of the table. And see if you can do that while you squeeze together the edges so that the center sinks down like that. Leyla's demonstrating it very well. Beautiful. And that is called an open sink. And you can peep in, you can look in and see whether your paper, it doesn't really matter, but the crease should go all the way down into the center. And there you've got your sink. And now you can have your paper return to its former state like this. But now we have a flat bottom here. This kind of looks like a sailboat, don't you think?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
your flaps open because we used to have it like so.
Yeah, either way. So that can be a little confusing.
I don't think there yet.
The flap, so you have a flap here. This is the body of the bird. And you want to have the neck inside the body of the bird. So here we have the neck and head. This is the front, the breast. These are the wings in the back. Open up the wings, separate them. And notice that you have a vertical line going up and down here. We're going to take the top of the wing, this line, and we're going to fold it along this up and down line like this. And I'll do that on my model. Hold on a moment.
Both wings?
Yeah, we're going to do it for both sides. But first, I'm just going to show you one side. That's one side, and now I'll show you the other side.
You're doing a mountain fold there. I think that
Valley fold.
Valley folds.
These are valley folds.
Valley folds. Okay.
So we are going to now do what's called a swivel fold, and I'll show you at the end. I'll show you why it's called a swivel fold. Looks good. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start a crease from this point. So I want everyone to identify this point. It's in the middle of the model, and it's at the base of the long neck. So I want you to identify this point. We're going to have a crease start from that point and go out to a point that's about a third of the way along this line. We're going to do it by bringing this bottom point here, the bottom of the wing, up. But we're going to bring it up and over so that the crease starts from this point. I'm going to fold this and I'm going to show it to you what I've done. It goes up and over the wing, but here, let me show it to you first. Okay, this is what it looks like. We go, this is my bottom point. I brought it up. I'm showing you from the other side because the reason why I'm showing it to you from the other side, I want you to see how this edge goes beyond this edge. And the crease, I'm now going to switch it over. The crease is from this point here out. And how far down along here? I would say it's about 1/3 of the way down.
Okay, so we have this and then about 1/3,
Yeah,
one,
that's
two,
a good way to
three.
do it.
And then
That's a
we're
good
going
way
to
to do
do
it.
like a ballet fold there,
Yeah, that's
right?
perfect. Yes, thank you, Leyla.
And then we just fold. And if we turn over and look it from the other side, we see that it goes, this wing edge goes beyond
Yeah,
the folded edge. Okay.
yeah. Very nice explanation. We're going to do the same on the other side, but I just want to show you something about this fold that we did. Why is it called a swivel fold? Well, I'm going to undo this, bring it back to its other state, and I'm going to hold on to this point here, and I'm going to move it down. And when I move it down, it swivels the wing swivels, so that this point went from being up here to down here, like this. And that's why it's called the swivel fold. And now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And I can actually line up with my other edges as I do the other side to make them identical. So the other side looks like that.
Okay, what I can do is,
And this is what it looks like from this side.
yeah, take this wing, align it with the other, and then press.
Yes. So now we're going to take this long neck and we're going to make a head. And we're going to take this top point, we're going to bring it down. Now this is a right about there fold. And I like to have the duck so it looks down. So I'm going to bring this top fold so that it goes past. Notice there's a line here. There's an edge here where the top of the body is. I go past, if I imagine this going out, extending out, I take the top point so it goes beyond the edge and down, and then I make a crease. So I make a crease right about there. Front and a little longer, you see longer neck in the back. And crease that line. This is going to be another reverse, inside reverse crease. So crease that. And then undo your fold. Go to the front of the duck, open it up, press the point down along one of the existing creases, and you have to reverse the other crease. And you press it down and then fold together. So now your duck looks like that. After you make it, you can adjust it a little bit if you want to. I like to make sure it's going to be looking down, but it doesn't matter. I've made plenty of them looking straight up, straight ahead. Now we're going to do our crimp. We're going to do a crimp now. Open up the top of the head. So it looks like this. It's a diamond, sort of. It's a kite. I think it's called a kite diamond. And take your top point, the tip of the front of the duck, and imagine there's a line from this corner of the kite to this corner. Bring it to that imaginary line So it looks like that. And now we're going to fold this top point down back to where it was, but we're going to fold it close to the crease we just made. We're going to make a new crease close to the crease we just made. That is, so that it looks like that.
Okay, so that little tip, we are going to fold that tip back out again.
Yes.
But we leave like a little area there, a little step. Okay.
Yeah. And this is what
have
makes
that.
it a crimp. It's
Yeah.
a zigzag. It's also called a zigzag fold. In fact, in German, I believe it's called zigzag. Maybe Beatrix can confirm that. Any case, so now you can close. Oh wait, one last step. Ducks don't have sharp beaks; they have flat beaks. So blunt the tip of the beak by folding just a little bit of that in to blunt the tip. But there, I folded in just a little bit. And now we can close the head back up.
Okay, the tip you folded, I actually created on this side. I created a mountain fold, but it seems that
You could do it as a mountain fold, or I did it as a valley fold.
Okay, so let me just do the same way.
That completes the head. There's only one more step. Okay, turn your duck upside down and look at your sink here. Notice it has these points coming in. Open up the sink a bit and pull those points out. Both sides, while keeping the duck closed up. Hold on.
Yeah.
So we pull those points out, and we can start to open up the base like that. So you see a little rectangle. And once you've opened it out, I want you to close it back because I want to show you something. I'll close it back. We are going to create a crease. We're going to create two creases, one on each side, that goes from the front. This is the front of the duck, the front of the breast, to the tip of the tail. And when we do that on each side, we'll be folding down this rectangle. So I'm going to continue this folding out to the tip of the tail, basically folding the tail in half. The part of the paper there's a lot of paper there, so you have to go through several layers of paper. This is our last step. And then you can unfold that, bring it back, unfold it, turn your model over and do the same on the other side. Open this up. You see the big rectangle there. And fold your tail in half, like that. And when it's done, I'm going to show you the end result. When it's done, the duck looks like this.
Get a duck.
The important thing is you want a more or less flat surface here.
Right.
Not perfectly flat. I'll note that. It's not perfectly flat, but it's very close to being flat. So this is in my model, this represents the water line, for that reason, it's a floating duck because it's represented as floating in water, but it's also a floating duck because when you put it on still water, it floats.
Yeah.
But it's still, yeah, great. I was very curious to see what the process was, and now I am curious to see it swimming or floating. I mean,